people are scared. Nobody wants to build anything in Gaza because you get bombed. In fact, I was facing quite a lot of obstacles, like from donors. Gilbert, are you sure or not? To build something, it sure get bombed. So I say, we go ahead, don't worry. I think when you build something during a war, it gives people hope, it gives people optimism. It shows to the Palestinians that we are not forsaking you, We are still here, building a polyclinic for you. I think that's important to me. I think it's more important than a polyclinic because it gives hope, it gives optimism. It shows that we won't leave you. We are still here. Right. I think that's a good message to send to the Palestinian people because they were experiencing a long, long period of war, of genocide. Every day, 180 people get killed. So I think it's a very good kind of a present, a gift to them from a Singaporean people.
Hello everybody, here we once again. As you know, medicines are delivered daily to our polyclinic in southern Gaza. And every day we receive 150 patients who need the urgent medication in our polyclinic. And here, come to show you, here as you can see, we record every small and big detail who enter and leaves our polyclinic in southern Gaza. In this information, we have to take in this record patient's name, ID, medical condition, and the type of the treatment. All this information is also documented electronically. So thank you for your generous support. Your support makes a difference in those lives.
الله يسعد، كيف حالك؟ ايش اخبارك؟ ما شاء الله عليك اسعد، صاحب عزيم مبين عليك وبطل وجدع. اسعد، ايش اسمك؟ عزايزة؟ كل عام وانت بخير يا سعد. الله يعوضك خير وانت بطل. انت بطل كبير. كل عام وانت بخير يا سعد، هاي من دولة سنغافورة، وبقول كل عام وانت بخير والله يشفيك ويعوضك، وان شاء الله الايام الجاية تكون حلوة وترجع تمشي كمان.
My name is Gilbert Go, right from nedla.sg. So I've been managing this humanitarian aid agency for the last 8 to 9 years. So basically, we bring aid into the Middle East. In December 2023, during our yearly winter aid fund distribution, so I was there, giving blankets, oil, and heaters to the refugees in Lebanon. But there's a lot of Singaporean donors say, hey, why not you go and help the people in Gaza? So begin to make some inquiries, and someone give me a contact in Cairo. So I went over, met the person, and I think he's a good man, a good, honest person. So we started to bring 8 trucks, Then the border is still open. So we bring trucks into Gaza via Rafah border in Cairo. So the first day I stepped into Cairo, wow, my account just went up by 30K. So it's something that I don't expect. Today we received close to 5.2, 5.3 million. We used up about 2.85 million. So we have a balance of 2.5 million. So every month our budget is 100 to 130,000 US. Well, a bulk of it goes to the food kitchen. 70,000 US goes to our 2 food kitchen in the north and central Gaza. So another 10,000, 15,000 goes to polyclinic for the staff, for medicine, for miscellaneous costs in the polyclinic. So we also have another 10, 15,000 given to infants for milk distribution, because we want to ensure that, infants every month at least have a bottle of infant milk, right, to help them to stay alive. Right. We also have orphan sponsorship program where I think about 20,000 are given out to sponsor orphan. So I think in total every month we spend 120,000 US, right, to ensure that the Gaza Aid Fund is ongoing, and this is our 15 or 16 month. I think the current food situation in Gaza is quite bad. Right, we could not really buy much food materials, right, in the market. So a lot of our food supply came from the black market, which is very expensive. If I'm not wrong, one pack of flour, like I think it's 5 or 10 kilo, yeah, it costs like 600, 500 US. It used to cost less than 50, 60 US per pack of 50 kilo, right, flour. So it went up by 10 times. So all these prices are difficult, right, even for charities to buy. Right? So we are pacing ourselves, like we could not afford to buy any more rice. So now we are buying soup, vegetables, leptil, a lot of non-meat kind of meals. So it's difficult. I think moving forward it'll be tough. I think even vegetable soup might be gone. Yeah. Means there's nothing to buy. You got money, but there's nothing to buy in the market. I think that's the ultimate destruction of Gaza, I felt. I think there are also hearsay rumors that Palestinians are acting, right, to be more desperate in their reach to get more aid. But I don't know, I think you can see from photos, from babies in the hospitals, how skinny they are. I doubt they want to fake that to get more aid, but certainly it's a desperate situation, right? If you can't get aid for a few days, yeah, you'll be pretty hungry. I think in North Gaza is much worse. I think a lot of the death from famine, happens in North Gaza. Because food aid can't get into the north. There's a lot of blockade, and the whole north is being destroyed. I think not one building is left in the north. So we are focusing quite a bit, if we can, on the north side. But it's difficult because north, it's difficult to get aid into the north because of the risk of getting shot also by the soldiers in North Gaza. All right, dear Singaporeans, Gilbert from Cairo again. I have some bad news to report about our Jubalia food kitchen. It's been bombed yesterday, so 9 men perished in this attack while they were cooking. Another 9 or 10 were injured. So the pots and utensils were all destroyed during the bombing. So Jubalia were not be cooking for the time being, but we have also 1 or 2 others. They are running around cooking for North Gaza. So Singaporeans, do bear with us. The Jubalia will be inactive for a while, but the Rafah food kitchen is still operating, though there's also a slight bombing incident a few days ago at Rafah that was not too far away from the kitchen. So to pray for a food program in Gaza, Right, thank you, Singaporeans, for all your support for our Palestinian cause. Bye bye from Cairo. When I heard about 9 of our 8 workers in North Gaza got killed, yeah, I couldn't really sleep well, right, that night. It took me quite a while to finally accept that workers in a war-torn country will get killed. Right, we have to accept the fact, and we have to learn to move on. So right now, our food kitchen will move. Right, they'll cook one day here, one day there, then maybe another day, another place. So I think this mobile kitchen concept helps to ensure that our food kitchen will be less easily targeted, right, for bombing. But yet, yeah, you never know. Right, one day, even a mobile kitchen can get bombed.
لانا ها طيب ايش رأيك؟ مبسوطة ولا لا؟ تروح حديقة الحيوان يا لانا؟
For the polyclinic, essentially it will be touching a lot on physiotherapy, because there are like thousands or 10, 20,000 of amputees. It has a space of about 300 square meters with 15 to 16 staff comprising doctors, physiotherapists, nurses, and psychologists. I think a lot of them also suffer from wounds, like bombing raids that burn their bodies or their hands and legs. So a lot of them goes there for treatment, for physiotherapy, after bombing treatment. I think we are now, weekly running psychological well-being workshop. So every week, different batches of women and children will attend healthcare mental well-being workshop conducted by psychologists. So I think we will do more of this. Right now it's once a week. Maybe you can do twice a week, where 20 women will come together to have a workshop. During a war period, right, a lot of them suffer. Right, there's trauma, there's bombing. Right, they also lose loved one. So I think the psychological care is very important, and we want to take care of that. But it's fragile. Because some don't turn up. Right, something sensitive. Right, I think in that part of the world, you don't really admit to you having problem. Right, but I think we will want to do more of it, right, to take care of their healthcare, their well-being, the mental health inside Gaza. The team that builds the project clinic still work through the whole day of shift during Ramadan. I think Ramadan is a period where they fast, no drinks, no food. So we're happy over 3-4 weeks of Ramadan, the project clinic actually came to almost 90% completion. So I think we salute them. The construction was quite well done. There isn't much mistakes. You can tell everything was skillfully constructed. Right, and they don't have much tools, right? Not much machinery. So a lot of the stuff they use the hands, the bare hands, with very simple tool, right? It's like a saw or staff, right? Just to build the polyclinic. So moving forward, we also want to expand our operation to include orphanage. So we can help at least 100 orphans based more in central Gaza. In the Arab world, an orphan is deemed one if he or she loses a parent. It could be a mother or father. The orphan sponsorship program works in such a way that every month we will distribute, right, a certain amount of funds, close to the $80. So I'll send the money to the NGO using cryptocurrency, right, in Gaza, and the NGO will cash out the money and put it into an envelope. So right now, I think we have about 200, 250 sponsors for orphans in Gaza. I was fostered out, right, very young, since 7 years old. So, yes, largely impact my childhood. So I was like very unhappy, feel unloved, feel abandoned. But yet, on the other side, it gives me a lot of empathy. So I empathize a lot with the unfortunate, the homeless. When I visited the camp, refugee camp in Lebanon, looking at the Syrians, the Palestinians, I actually could feel if they're unloved. Because I go to foster home, and sometimes, you don't expect a lot of love, right? It's like how the refugees are experiencing, right, in another country. I kind of identify with them, right, and begin to want to do things to help them. The fact that we are saving life, right? Every morning I wake up, I feel very purposeful. I feel I'm doing something very meaningful, right? So I think that gives me the drive, the impetus to continue, even though it's a war zone, even though it's difficult. Also, there's a lot of support, right? People donated. When you have $5.3 million in donation, I think it's a big drive factor for you to carry on doing what you want to do. Most humanitarian workers tend to have depression because they're seeing the raw side of life. They're seeing death, killing, genocide. And the things you do affects people. Like if you stop a project, people die. Like you stop the food kitchen in North Gaza, some people are dying of hunger. Every news affects me because they are deeply involved in the work. And you're also giving instruction. You're also fully involved in deciding, do you want to cook or not? Or do you want to provide medication or not? Do you want to do mental well-being classes or not? So I think all these are decisions that make you very tight, right, to the Palestinian cause in Gaza. I think Singaporean can learn a thing or two from the Palestinians. They are hardy people, right, with a lot of fighting spirit. Means they don't give up easily. Like they want to have freedom, They want to fight. We also know that a lot of them still persist, right? They go to work like doctors, surgeons. If they go to work in the hospital, it's the last day of work because they could get bombed. I think we hear how a pediatrician, right, a woman with 9 children, all got killed because she was at work and the kids were alone at home. So I think these are the stories that keep coming out of Gaza. So we hear of how Palestinians become a comedian, right, a crowd to give some cheer, right, to the children in Gaza. So these are the examples of Palestinians who are prepared to sacrifice their lives, their own happiness, so that their community can benefit, right, from their efforts.